Konnichiwa, Mina. This is T Sakura, and you're watching PokeCast. Okay, for the second comic of the Aqua Heroes, I'll be doing the Fantastic Four, issue number 404. And this is one that's going to be starring, well, not starring, but does feature a Namor again. Yeah. Our favorite Aqua Hero from Marvel. Now, as I've said before in a lot of my reviews, I don't like to spoil a lot about the comic, but this is one of those that it was so good that I will have to kind of give away the ending, because the ending ends in a suspenseful moment to where you're like, so this is one of those that, yes, I will have to do a spoiler, so I'm giving you guys a heads up now. There will be a spoiler in this one because it was that good of an ending that just when I'm done explaining everything, you'll kind of understand why you knew this ending was coming, basically. And they leave it so open. I wonder if this is one of those where, call this hotline, and things like that. So that will kind of give you an idea. Now, as you saw on the front cover of this, Sue is the Thing. What's going on? Did they have the moment where their powers were changing around again or something like that? No, not this time. Even worse. Basically, Sue, Ben, and a couple of other people are down in, I believe it's Africa or South America. One of the two, or I'm going to say South America just for safety reasons, just because they look like Mayan ruins. So, basically, this guy who was hired on to help them go through the jungle betrays them and turns everybody in the camp except for himself into loyal, brainwashed things. Each person is actually with the body of the Thing, the strength of the Thing. Ben was actually used, and they took his DNA with this alien technology machine and basically passed it, was able to inject his form into all these people. Dangerous thing is, Sue still has her powers, and any other metahumans or Skrulls that are there have their powers. So Ben is just outnumbered, and this is one of the most unique things about the comic. Is this is something you don't see very often. To be honest, I really have never even seen this. Is Ben himself, try to get that close up of this one. See if I can get that up there with enough thing. Right there. As you can see, he has a bruise while he's actually the Thing. And that is something unique, is that Marvel, the artist in this one really wanted to show, okay, what if the Thing fought a Thing, or went against the Hulk? A lot of the times we never see Ben Grimm bleeding. We never see anything of that shape, form, or whatever in the comics, and that's what makes this one so unique. Is that he actually has the bruise on his face, and that only can show at least the outer side of him of what he's going through. What about the inside? So there's a lot of things, because he's just being bombarded. Sue's attacking him with the strength of the Thing and invisible powers. He has a scroll that's a Thing, not shape-shifting, an actual Thing powers attacking him. He has all these other people attacking him. And to make it matters worse, Namor, finally, after Richards is dead, I don't know where this is exactly, so I don't know how Mr. Fantastic is dead, but apparently he is. Namor has lost his wife. He feels that Sue is going through the same thing that he was, and now he wants to confess his love and see if there's a second chance for them to finally be lovers, since Sue no longer is married for whatever reason. Makes me very curious what's going on in this moment in the history of Marvel. So very, very curious about that alone. He gets there. He actually saves Ben. Unfortunately for Namor, Sue is the mindless, I've been sent to kill Ben. you're helping him, therefore I have to kill you. And she's very, very mean about what she says to him. Later at the end, as things are just going worse. Poor Ben is just the poor guy. He's on his last leaf. Luckily, people, Sue's abilities run out, so she turns back to normal. People start turning back to normal. Unfortunately, damage has been done. The comic itself ends with Ben finally succumbing to his injuries, passes out. Literally, Ben is now dying. Namor carries him, because he's the only person who can do it, lays him on the alien machine, and they use the machine to see if it will turn him to human. And it ends literally Ben lighting up, and with the last phrase on the page, the final fate of the Thing. Like I said, this was a bit of a spoiler. I could, you knew this was coming. And the best way to end such a comic with such a dramatic fight was to have Ben dying. Now, does Marvel let him die? Does Marvel let him live? Unfortunately, I don't have the next comic, but most likely he lives. But still, think about it. Can you just imagine buying this back in the day? You read the comic, it's just like, no way, no way. Marvel, you're gonna kill off the Thing? Just imagine having to wait. What if the next issue took 1 month to get out? Because they had to get in the tallies. Do you want us to kill Ben? Do you want us to save Ben? I mean, wow, that right there is just explosive. I know this is supposed to be about Aqua Heroes and everything, but because of that one scene right there, he stole the entire comic away from Namor. It was great to see Namor coming back, trying to express his love to Sue and see if there was another chance with her husband being dead somehow, which makes me very curious. And then, you finally get to see them talking to each other. Before we even discuss this, we have to go and save Ben. And right there, to the people who really hate each other, Namor does the one thing that shows that he is a true king. He shows humility, carrying the one person he does not like to be around, to try and save the man who is a very dear friend to the one that you love. That right there just shows how honorable Namor really is, even though he's a pig-headed idiot half the time. So there's so much in this comic that draws out the emotions of the readers, that it is personally one of those Fantastic Four comics. It's a must-read, and definitely now going to be one of my top 10 Fantastic Four comics. Haven't decided where exactly, because the What If the Second Child Lived is still one of my tops. So I'd have to really consider that and try and figure that out. I'll let you guys know. But yeah, definitely check this out. This is Fantastic Four 404. Just a great issue with so much in it that just makes you want to read it multiple times. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. This is Chisagura saying ciao and sayonara.